Also, please, if you don't mind, to switch off your cameras, so then only the camera that is cooking will be visible. Otherwise, it's too confusing to see who is doing what. Thank you so much. Okay, lovely. So I'm going to start by cooking some vegetables. Basically, I'm going to steam my chicken, and while I'm steaming this chicken, I'm going to make a soup. How do I do that? I'm going to put, so my Thermomix is here, as you can see. Maria, can you please switch off your camera? Please. So I have my Thermomix here. I have my bowl, thank you. And I'm going to put a couple of cloves of garlic. Also an onion that I have previously quartered. I'm going to put my Thermomix a bit farther away. And also I have here about maybe 3 big size carrots that I have chopped in like 2 centimeter chunks. So I'm going to put it all in. And I'm going to add 30 grams of olive oil. Now I'm going to chop all my vegetables at speed 5, as you know. Something interesting about this recipe is that it's not on cookie dough. I have made it up myself, which is great because cookie dough is fantastic, but if we ever want to create our own recipe, it's not difficult. We just need to know time, temperature, and speed. So I'm going to chop for 5 seconds at speed 5. Oh, I realized that I changed the music yesterday. Okay. So, my vegetables are chopped. Normally, the beginning of any soup or sauce is just garlic and onion. But in this case, I have also added the carrot because it's a hard vegetable. So the sooner I start to cook it, the better. And then the recipe then will take shorter to cook. So I'm going to now saute my vegetables for 5 minutes at 100 degrees and speed 2. And while I'm cooking my vegetables, I will let Sarah to show you her next recipe. Sarah, it's your turn.
Okay, one of the things you're gonna see with the recipe that Sire is doing, if you want to cook the vegetables, keeping the lid off, and that way it helps you to cook them a bit nicer. So what are we gonna do today? I'm gonna show you a recipe that I thought it was fantastic because a lot of us now, because of the situation that we are in, we are under stress, and that is hurting or that is having an impact in our immune system. So what a good way of using the food that we are gonna make with the Thermomix to boost a little bit our immune system. So we're gonna use a recipe that is from Cookie Dough in Australia. So for those of you, like with Desiree, it was a manual recipe. This one is gonna be a guided cooking. If you have never done or used Cookie Dough before, you can go into the website. You have access for free the first month, or you can have the app, or in the TM6, I scroll to the left, I'm logged in, and I search for my recipe. In this case, because it's Australia, the first thing I need to do is I need to click on the filters and include the Australian country. So when I come all the way down, Australia needs to be ticked in order to have the recipe. I have a total of 5,400 recipes, and then I start searching. It's gonna be the turmeric recipe. It's the turmeric wellness shot, and it was part of our day 1 of the Thermomix to the rescue. And it has been a fantastic recipe shared all around the world. And a lot of people have given us tips, which we are gonna share with you today. How do we do it? We click start cooking. The first thing I'm gonna need is 1 lemon. I have it here. What do I need next? I need fresh turmeric and fresh ginger. I don't have it at the moment, and I don't want to go to the shop, but let me go to my freezer and get it because I can use the frozen one. I put it straight from the fridge or the freezer. If you don't have it, even frozen one, what you can do is you can use the powder, and what it is around 2 teaspoons of each. I click next. I'm gonna need 200 grams of pineapple. Again, fresh pineapple will be fantastic. If you don't have it, it has a little bit more sugar, but let's use tin one. So let me add the pineapple. All of it in. I don't even need to chop it. Click next. We have 400 grams of filtered water. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the juice of that it was in the pineapple tin, and the rest I'm gonna add the water, normal water, filtered water, or if you had coconut water, that would be ideal as well to add a bit of flavor. I'm gonna, it's 246. Okay, let me go to 400. Click next. A little bit of pepper. Let me get it. And it's important, okay? I know some people were telling me they didn't like the pepper, but the pepper will help with the turmeric. Also here, the recipe doesn't have honey, but if you want it a little bit sweeter, maybe honey, or you could also add maybe agave syrup if you don't want to use honey. And all we're gonna do is, for 1 minute, it's gonna be blending at a speed 9. Perfect. So the Thermomix is finished, and I don't know you, but for me, the noise since David Castro's new song, I love it now. I have to say before I did it. So I'm gonna pour a little shot, and this is what I'm having every morning. As I get up, I have it. It makes a lot more. So what I'm doing, okay, you can use and put it into a jar, or one of the tips that one of the they told me in Australia was to put it into ice cubes, freeze it, and then what you can do is every morning put it into a cup of hot water, put the ice cube, and then you can have it. If not, in a tin or in a jar like this, you can have it for 5 days in the fridge. And that is the first recipe. As you can see now, put it into the tin or into the jar, and my turmeric wellness shot is ready. And I'll give you now to Maria.
No, it's my turn, Sana.
Sorry.
Thank you. Yes, so my vegetables are cooked over these 5 minutes that Sarah was showing you that amazing recipe. They're softened. And now I'm going to add 1 courgette. I have peeled it because I don't particularly like the flavor of the skin of the courgette. I think it makes the soup a bit bitter, but you know, it's everybody's taste. And also I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of my homemade vegetable stock paste. If you look at our Thermomix to the Rescue series, you will see on day 2, I have made it myself with actually the peelings of some of my veggies that I keep in the freezer. So I'm going to add it in as well. And I'm going to add some water up to the 1.5 liter level, more or less. Let me check, yes. So I'm going to now move my camera a little bit. That's more or less how my Thermomix looks. Oh, sorry, I'm going to change the direction of the camera. Hopefully the phone won't fall inside the Thermomix. That wouldn't be fun. So that's how my Thermomix looks inside at the moment. And actually, I think I'm going to add a little bit more of liquid because we want extra fluid in the Thermomix. Why is that? Because while our soup is cooking, we are also going to cook our chicken for the chicken pastas. So I'm going to put the lid on. So far, for those of you who already have a Thermomix, I'm not showing anything very new. You have already done it before, I'm sure. Everybody makes soup. But tonight is a little bit different because while my soup is cooking, I'm going to also cook my chicken and some extra veggies. So I have my varoma here. I'm going to again move my camera to show you what I have inside. So on the top layer, I have a whole broccoli that I have cut in florets. And underneath I have lovely chicken breast that I have cubed in about 2 or 3 centimeter chunks. I have about 600 grams of chicken here, and I'm going to cook it all at the same time. So I'm going to put my varoma. I'm going to actually put the phone here. So you can see the top of the Thermomix. So I'm going to put my varoma here. And now, let me move this. So my Thermomix, my varoma, my chicken, my soup, and I'm going to program for 30 minutes to make sure that the chicken is thoroughly cooked, varoma temperature, and speed 2. And while this is happening, I'm going to give the floor to Maria. Maria, your turn.
Okay, so hello everybody. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to do a recipe that is called sauteed red peppers with onions. And this is a function that is only available in the TM6. It's one of the new modes and it's the higher temperature. So the higher temperature, it helps us it allows us to caramelize vegetables in its natural sugar, so they work very well. And it also allows us to brown meat, and it really picks up the flavors when doing stews. And it also allows us to do things like, for example, honeycomb. So for this recipe, I'm going to start, and it's asking me for 50 grams of olive oil. One sec, I just, okay. Then I press next. And it's asking me for around 200 grams of red pepper, that will be 2 peppers. So I'm going to add my 200 grams of pepper, but as well, I'm going to do at the same time some onions. So I'm going to caramelize my peppers and my onions. So I'll go next. So as you can see here, it says place the splash guard. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is a new item that it comes also with the TM6, and it protects against splashing of hot contents when cooking at higher temperature. So the higher temperature in this case is around 160 degrees. And also when you are sauté, so in some of the recipes, when they say that you are sauté and they're asking you to remove the simmering cup or to put the simmering basket, you don't have to do that anymore. You can just put your splash guard on top. And what I'm going to do, I said done. And now you can see my dial. I'm going to try to show you a little bit closer, 1 minute. Let's see. In here, can you see that there are these 3 lines? So these 3 lines is telling us that it's high temperature. And I'm just going to move my knob, the dial, better said, and then it will start frying. So the first time that I used this, I thought the machine was doing a little bit of funny noise, but what it's actually doing is sizzling. I don't know if you can hear this now, but it's like a frying it on a pan. so it's sizzling. Okay. Okay. So meanwhile, my vegetables are being caramelized for the next 8 minutes. And oh, no, now you can hear. One sec. Let's see if you can do this. So can you hear this? So that's the sizzling I was telling you about. So our vegetables are being at the same with their own sugars. Okay. So wait for the next 8 minutes. I'm going to pass you on to Sarah.
Una, would you mind to mute your microphone, please, just to make sure there's no noise there? Thank you. So now I'm going to show you a different recipe. It's a fantastic one. I've been doing it for a long time, and few different reasons I want to show it to you tonight. If, by the way, if anybody has any questions, there is a chat box that you can put the questions there. Thank you so much, Alexandra. I just saw your one and I was able to answer. And if not, we'll answer them at the end. So this recipe I'm going to show you is a really good one, and I put it as my weekly planner. So on Cookie-Doo, you can also put different recipes and plan the week ahead. What are you going to be cooking each day, as well as getting the full shopping list for you. So if I go to today, to my week here, I had the turmeric wellness shot that I was talking to you about, and now we're going to do the 5-second traffic light salad. It's a really easy salad, we're going to see, and it's delicious. But the difference today is I'm going to show you that with Thermomix, you can actually change recipes, the amounts, to make it double if you want more quantity in a lot of the times, or reduce. In this case today, I'm going to go for half of it. So starting with 200 grams of carrots, I'm going to go with half. So I'm going to only put 100. Click next. I'm going to put also red pepper. It is asking me for 200. I'll go again for 100. Because otherwise I'm making too much and I don't want to be eating the same 2 days in a row. 200 grams of broccoli. Let me put 100 as well. And in this case, I'm not using the full, the big floret. I'm just using the small broccoli. And the leaves and everything. That actually, the leaves, one of the things that Sire said, is fantastic if you want to use it for your stock cubes. I'm going to use 1 apple, all in. 50 grams of sunflower seeds. I'm using also pumpkin seeds, and I'm only going to put 15 instead of the 30 grams that is asking me for. 13, perfect. And I go next. In this case, I need olive oil. It says 25. I'm going to go for maybe 12 grams or 15. Perfect. A little bit of lemon juice. Let me add it. The good thing of this recipe is you're going to be chopping all the ingredients at the exact same time as you are actually creating as well the dressing. So it's a really nice salad, and it goes with everything that you want as a side dish, or maybe if you want to add salmon, eggs, or maybe meat. A little bit of honey. If you don't want honey again, maybe add in agave syrup. I don't like mustard, so let's leave it out. A little bit of sea salt. And ground pepper. And that's it. And now you're going to see why it's called the 5-second salad. I close it. Go next. 5 seconds, speed 4.5. No more chopping, guys. Let Thermomix do all for you. You want to see? Okay, let me show you. Let me get the camera. 1 second, let me turn it around. That is my salad. How easy it was to make in 5 seconds. And now this is half the quantity, okay? So if in your family there is more people, you want to feed a lot more, do the full quantity or even double it. You have a space in the bowl. Always remember, in the bowl you have the marks here. Can you see them? For half a liter, liter and a half, 2 liters, and the max is 2.2. Keep that in mind when you are using liquid, particularly if you are going to be blending. But other than that, you can double the recipes, always keeping in mind the amounts. And that's all for me. I'll pass you back to the ladies.
Okay.
I'm here again. So now it's Maria's turn again.
So I'm still cooking. I have 2 minutes left in my peppers, and as you can see, there is a lovely smell in the kitchen already. Well, you cannot see. I can tell you that I can have a lovely smell in the kitchen, and they are sizzling away. So I'll give it back to Desiree.
Hello. So my soup and my chicken are cooking away. And now I'm going to explain to you how do you assemble these chicken fajitas. Just bear with me for 1 second, please.
Okay, meanwhile, Desiree is doing her fajitas. If we will be together in the same room, what I will be doing is I'm going to use my peppers, my sauté peppers, to do the fajitas. But as we are in different places, she's doing the chicken and I'm doing the peppers. So remember that with Thermomix, there is no waste. So I'm not going to waste my fajitas. So what I did is let's see if I can show you first here. I did a savory, here it is. Oh, sorry. There you go there. Sorry. I did a savory pastry. Probably some of you have seen it if you have been following us with Thermomix to the rescue. And then I did a tomato sauce a while ago. I put some mozzarella cheese. And I'm going to put my peppers and my onion on top. And I'm going to use them for a pizza. So these sauté vegetables, you can use them for many things. Even once they are cold, you can use them for a salad as well, or pizzas, or as a side dish when you're cooking meat. So they are very versatile. So I hope Desiree is now ready with her fajitas to show you. Meanwhile, I'm finishing, I might be able to show you. There's only a few seconds left in mine, that's it. So now it's left, it's ready. Ooh. So there are my onions. Sorry, the steam is affecting the camera. And my peppers ready to put on top of my pizza. So I'm going to give it back to Desiree.
Is Desiree there? Well, if not, I'll tell you, one of the things that Maria did today with the recipe, okay, that is really good as well, is she cooked both the onions as well as the peppers together. And that is with the new function in the TM6, the cooking, the heat. But because it goes to 160 degrees, a couple of functions that tonight we are not going to get to show you because we will be here forever and we don't want to take all your evening, is the different functions. How do you find it in your Thermomix? Let me show you here if you can see it. If I scroll to the left, I'm after finishing my salad, I scroll to the left. Here on the right hand side, we have many different functions, from the scales, also the dough. Tonight we're not going to get a chance to do bread. Normally in our classes we'll always make bread, so we'll show you how the kneading function is fantastic. Also the turbo. So when you are making, for example, I don't know, a mojito maybe comes to mind right now, or if you wanted to crush ice, or if you wanted to maybe with different spices, for example. Also the pre-clean is really, really good. We'll be showing that later. One of the bowls, we can clean them. The kettle, blending for the soup, Desiree will be doing that in a minute. But these are the ones I really wanted to show you. The slow cook. That is one of the recipes or one of the functions that have been included. There is many recipes in Cookie-Doo, and there is also different collections. Sous vide, if you have ever heard of how to cook with sous vide. Fermentation, for if you want to make your own yogurts. The rice cooker, that is one as well that has been added only recently. It didn't come at the start with the TM6. And also thicken, when you want to make different type of sauces. is a fantastic one to use.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you.
No worries.
So I'm back, and my soup and my chicken are still cooking, but obviously I was aware that the class is not going to last for like 3 hours, and I'm conscious of everybody's time. So I have a bit of chicken that I already cooked earlier today, and I'm going to show you how I assemble low-carb fajitas. So what have I done with this chicken? I have cooked it the same that I'm doing now on the Varoma. I did it this morning. And when the chicken is cooked, I have shredded it on the Thermomix. And that's why it has this texture. You can actually buy shredded chicken as well, but you will never get a texture like this. And also when you read the ingredients, you see that there is more than just steamed chicken and some salt. There is a lot of extra strange things there. So nothing easier than that. So I have here the washed leaf of an iceberg lettuce. You can also do it with gem lettuce, but I prefer this because I can put more food inside, to be honest. So what do you do is, with a spoon, or to be honest, if you are with your family, you can do it with your hand. You get a spoonful of the shredded chicken, put it inside of the iceberg lettuce, like so. Can you see? Yes. Then I normally like to put some sauce. So I have here some sour cream. So you put a bit of sour cream on top. Now, the onions and peppers that Maria is cooking are fantastic for chicken fajitas as well. She used them as the topping of this pizza, Spanish style. But the beautiful thing of that is you can actually make them earlier on the day, or you can make them the day before. I always have a little container in my fridge with those salted peppers and onions. And then at night, when you're making dinner, you only have to worry about what I'm doing now, the soup and the chicken, because you already have the vegetables, the salted vegetables done. So sauce, I have some salsa as well here. You can also put some guacamole and then some cheese. What do we do now? The same as if you had a tortilla. Just wrap it like this with care. Let me see. There you go. And this is your tortilla, your low-carb tortilla. Nothing is falling, and you can eat away. And if you have 2 or 3, it's fine. You don't have to be, I have another one here actually. You don't have to feel guilty. I'm going to actually change the direction of my camera so you can see it. So this is how it looks. Now, I know that not everybody is conscious about that, but I certainly am, because now that we are not, you know, the gyms are closed and we're not supposed to be out all the time, we do need to watch our figure. I mean, some people, I'm one of them. I have actually put on the Zoom chat, on the chat of this session, you can see it also. If you're on a, remember, if you're on a mobile device, you need to touch the screen to bring the icons up. You go to chat, I have pasted there the link to our YouTube channel where all the recipes are one after another. And something else I wanted to show you before I go to Maria, I'm going to, for just 2 or 3 minutes, share my screen with everybody. Just bear with me, because there is something interesting there that I want to show you. Hopefully my internet will behave. Just bear with me for a second. Okay. So I wonder, can everybody see my screen, my cookie dough?
Yes, we can.
Fantastic, thank you. So this is the screen, or the, you can see, fantastic. This is the home screen of Cookie Dough, the app. And Cookie Dough, I mean, obviously not Cookie Dough itself, but the people who manage Cookie Dough are aware of the special circumstances in which we're all living now. Because of that, we can find special recipes that are easy, that make our lives easier in these strange times. For example, how to make bread with unusual ingredients. We have seen many people saying, where can I find flour? Where can I find yeast? Well, this recipe, you need flour, but also you can use other things that you have in your pantry. Also, something that I like a lot is this one. Balanced nutrition, stay healthy. So if you press in this article, you see actually a bit of extra information. Hopefully it can look fantastic. And then look at this. So many recipes about how to eat healthily at home, because the problem of being at home too much, for some people, it happens to me, we can tend to overindulge or to maybe eat healthily, but maybe eat too much because we're bored or we don't have anywhere to go. These recipes that are all on Cookie-Doo can help us to still eat as much as we want, but in a healthy way. And we have breakfast, as you can see, we have lunches, we have tips from nutritionists. So if you haven't had a look, oh, this recipe is similar to the one I'm making now, a 3-level dinner. So if you haven't explored this yet, have a look, because it's definitely worth it. So I'm going to now stop broadcasting my screen. Fantastic. Let me go back to the screen. There you go. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to come back and now I can't. Okay, do that. Can you see? Oh, yeah, now you can see me now. Great. Fantastic. So this is me. And now I'm going to give the floor to Maria. Maria, what are you up to?
What I did, if you can see, I have my pizza already in my oven. I have a very bunch of hungry people around here waiting for their dinner. So that's going to be their dinner. So I put my onions and my sauteed peppers on top of my pizza with a little bit of cheese. And it's very straightforward pizza, because the good thing of this savory pastry is it doesn't have to let it to rise. It's something that you can do straight away. So if you want the recipe for this, you can check into our core Thermomixers, or in our, I think it was day 6 of our Thermomix to the Rescue, you have the full recipe on how to do this savory pastry. That is very, very easy. You don't need a pin to roll it. You can just spread it with your hands. So even the children in the house can help you for this. So I think I'm done with my recipe now, and I give back the floor to the girls. I hope you have enjoyed, and the girls will finish this one. Thank you.
I'm gonna finish. So we have cooked nearly everything. And what is the most annoying part? Cleaning. Okay, what about it with Thermomix? We go to the right, we have the pre-clean. I have added a liter of water and a drop, and I needed a drop of fairy, otherwise we'll be having a bubbles party in the kitchen. If you want, with the music, you can. We close it, and all we have to do is, it's preset. It tends to remember what was the last recipe that you made and how dirty the bowl could be. And all you do is just move the dial and it will start pre-cleaning. Desiree, back to you.
Hello, I'm back. Okay, so I programmed my Thermomix 30 minutes to make sure that the chicken was going to be cooked. I have like 7 minutes left, but I'm going to stop it already because the amount of chicken that I'm making is small enough to be cooked. And in any case, you're not going to be eating it, so don't worry. I'm going to now show you how do I shred my chicken. So bear with me. I'm going to position my camera in front of my Thermomix again. So as Maria would say, when you, actually I'm going to move this now because I want you to see how I am going to open my Varoma. As Maria would say, when you open the Varoma, open it away from you, unless you want to get a facial. So we're opening it like this. So all the steam goes away. Now, what do we have here? I'm going to bring you down again. I try to move my camera slowly so you don't get dizzy. There you go. Can you see me? Yes. Oops. So this is my broccoli. Lovely. I think it's, let me check. Yes, it's nice because it's cooked, but it's not soft. It's kind of like al dente. So I'm going to put this away and I'll show you later what I'm going to do with it. And this is my chicken. Let me check. Yes, it's actually cooked. You might be wondering. Let me move my camera so you can see it. Basically, I only made 600 grams of chicken. So 25 minutes is fine. I mean, as long, remember, the chunks are small. If you want to make more, I have made up to a kilo because I had friends coming over. With 1 kilo of chicken, you do need to go the full 30 minutes or even 35, okay? So I'm going to now change again the direction of my camera. So this is my chicken. It looks lovely and cooked and moist. And I'm going to show you now how I'm going to turn it into shredded chicken. I'm also going to show you the inside of my Thermomix. So this is my soup that is cooked. So I'm going to blend it now. For that, I need my measuring cup. And I would blend it for 1 minute. I'm going to now wish that you see the screen of my Thermomix. I know that it's very bright, but you need to give it a minute until the camera kind of finds the proper focus. There you go. So I'm going to blend my soup for 1 minute. I really don't need any speed, any temperature. Speed 10. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you wait for the minutes. It's too boring. So I will finish blending my soup later so I can have it for lunch tomorrow. But anyways, even though it has only blended for 20 seconds so far, look at how the soup is already looking. Really nice. Something that I can't show you through the camera, but I will explain it to you. Because we have steamed our chicken at the same time as cooking our vegetables, the flavor of the chicken has gone through to the soup. So the soup is amazing. 1 or 2 people connected to the session attended to our latest class, which was in mid-February, and tasted the soup, and they were like, oh my goodness, this is so nice. And nothing special has happened, just that we have been steaming the chicken pieces at the same time. So now I'm going to change my bowl, and I'm going to show you how do we shred the chicken. So lid on, and now very, very important, we go to reverse. When we do reverse, we don't actually chop finely. We do bigger chunks because we're using the size of the blade that is blunt, it's not sharp. And now we're going to do only 4 seconds, very important. And speed for reverse. I changed the music yesterday. And voila, our lovely chicken is shredded. Now I'm going to move it around a little bit so you can see the texture. So this one, I just cooked it. The one I used before to assemble the fajitas is here. So you see similar texture. It's really, really moist. It doesn't have any extra chemicals. And we have cooked it at the same time as our soup. Now, you can see that I have used 2 bowls. It's not necessary really when you're making the dinner for your family. I just wanted to shorten the time that I was blending the soup. But obviously, if you're making a family dinner, it's enough to actually wait until your soup is blended and then take the soup out, either dish it up on bowls, put it in a pot, and then you put the chicken in the same bowl. I actually don't even clean it between one and another, because that bit of soup that is going to be left in the bowl is nice. It's nice. It adds a nice flavor to the chicken for the fajita. So it's 10 minutes to 9 now. Before we finish this class, this session, I just wanted to again thank everybody for their support. There are a few people connected tonight that were already at our first class ever, that was in 2016. It was actually the month of March, so 4 years ago. So thank you so much. For example, Fiona was there, so thank you, Fiona. And we just, we're learning like everybody else. So please, if you have any feedback, any questions, we're going to leave our chat open for a few minutes. Also wanted to say that even though now we are all facing strange circumstances, unknown times that we have never experienced before in our lifetimes, well, we're still here. So we're still here, social media, we will be running events. We are in Cork, the Cork Thermomixers, we like to call ourselves. And we can do virtual demos. And the most important thing, we can share, we can be in touch, we can be connected, we can share tips, we can ask questions, we can find answers. And just don't feel isolated, feel connected, because even though we can't get together, we can still very much be together and help each other. Before we finish, please, Maria and Sarah, can you come on again?
Yeah, we have a couple of announcements that we want to do. One was we run a competition this week. It was a lot of fun. The toilet paper challenge. We decided, and there was a lot of people that took part, very creative, but we decided and we looked at who was the winner, and you won it. What a great cake you made, inspired by toilet paper. So fantastic, well done. And we also want to talk, Maria, do you want to talk about the Thermomix sing along and what we are doing with that?
Okay, so one of our, there was this very amazing video in Spain. A lot of people are in lockdown, as you know, they cannot leave the house whatsoever. So there was this guy who was just cooking with the Thermomix, and when the music went on, he decided to make a music with the Thermomix himself because he's a musician. So as a little joke, a few of us has been taping a video where there is a part of the music that you go, oh, 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 oh. And we are going to do this video that lasts only 5 seconds in a video with many, many people around the world. So if you want to contribute to this video, please don't be shy. Just have a little 5 seconds pretending you are singing along with the music of your Thermomix, and then send this video to David Castro. I think we can, all the information in the core Thermomixer, that we can send you the link for you to join as well. Yes. I saw that a moment ago someone just threw a message saying that they joined to the meeting or to the class late. So don't worry, because
I think the connection went a little bit slow, Maria. It's okay. It's okay. Maria, you can look for one of our crazy posts. We have a hashtag that is Thermomix Sing Along. So look for that on Instagram or Facebook, and you will see our posts, and the email address where you need to send that video will come up as well. The last thing that I nearly forgot to say, we have 5 Cookie Do vouchers. What is a Cookie Do voucher? Cookie Do is a membership, it's a subscription. You get 6 or 7 months for free when you first get your TM6 or TM6. But we have 5 codes, 5 voucher codes that make your membership 3 months longer. So what do you need to do to have access to this raffle? Because we are raffling them. Well, you need to book a virtual cooking experience with any one of us. As I said, we're going to leave the chat open, so you can say it there privately to one of us, or you can email us later to the email that you got from the Eventbrite invitation. So all the people who will have this virtual online demo will get into this raffle. We have 5 codes, so the chances to get these 3 months extra are quite big. What is a virtual demo is the same as this. It can last to only 45 minutes, and you can feature a few recipes. If you already have a Thermomix, you can still have it. Invite 2 friends that will
I'm trying to hear this.
own
You need me
devices,
alone.
and you can. Sorry?
She's screaming. You're on top of me now.
Who's that?
Someone has the microphone on.
Okay, so I don't know where.
Okay, there we are.
Hello, Sarah.
Yes.
Will we leave it here?
Thank you, everybody.
David was
And
meant
good
to
night.
leave, but something happened and he couldn't attend.
Bye.
We'll do good. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. We are not going to close the chat yet if you want to write something.
Bye. Thanks very much.